All right, folks, it's your Pratt Pack, just a little while away from Pratte Tuesday night. We'll tell you about that in a moment. This is Dan Zangrilli. We are in the AP Associated Award-winning KDKA newsroom. He, of course, part of the Pirates broadcast team. Winter meetings underway. Pedro Alvarez, non-tenured, and as far as some other moves, Jay Happ gone, and Neil Walker, we're still scratching our head and wondering if he will be here. Lots to get to, so let's break it down right now. Winter meetings, and as you told me moments ago, Danny, they've done absolutely nothing.
They haven't. They're involved, and I think in some conversations with a lot of reclamation projects. No big names, but that's to be expected. The Pirates really never do win the winter meetings or make the big splash deals. They'll surprise you from time to time. Will they trade Neil Walker by week's end? That's, I think, what everybody is really waiting to see. I would say the chances of that happening are better than they are now.
Where?
That remains to be seen. I think right now, I mean, it's Tuesday night. You know, the market and the asking price could change tomorrow and then continually decrease Thursday into Friday. I think Neil Huntington wants quite a bit in return for Neil Walker, rightfully so.
Right.
He's a consistent producer, but I'm not sure that opposing general managers are really willing to pay the price for a guy that only has one more year of contractual control before he hits the free agent market.
Pedro Alvarez, I really don't want to see him leave. I know that the Cleveland Indians, of course, managed by New Brighton native Terry Francona, there's been some talk. But people don't realize, and you know the game better than anyone, not only you need his bat, but playing first base is not something you just plug into.
No, and he proved that. I mean, his defensive inefficiencies were apparent and costly last year, and unfortunately the bat did not atone for that. And I think you could live with the strikeouts and the errors if the guy is going to hit the ball out of the ballpark with men on base. If you really break down the home runs that he hit last year, a large majority of them, about 90% of them, were solo home runs. And if you're going to be making costly errors that can open up big innings and shorten starting pitchers' outings and cost your team more than one run, you have to be able to atone with more than one run by driving the ball into the alleys or hitting the ball out of the ballpark with men on base. He really didn't do any of that, not only last year, but the year before that.
All right, back to my original thought, then if not him, and I know he wasn't the best, I mean, he's not Stan Musial,
right,
but
sure.
Who's going to play first?
Well, that's a big question because the reports, the most dominating reports, if you will, so far this winter meetings is the Pirates' interest in Mitch Moreland and the Texas Rangers. What are they going to give up for Mitch Moreland? Is it going to be a pitcher? Charlie Morton's name has been linked. Is it young catching prospect Elias Diaz? Not exactly certain. I don't think either of those two guys that are rumored to be in a deal for Mitch Moreland would make a ton of sense. But the Pirates are kicking the tires. First baseman's been on their wish list. They haven't really had a consistent one the last handful of years, yet they've been able to get into the postseason. But for me, I think it's a starting pitcher that the Pirates need most desperately to supplant not only Jay Happ, whom you mentioned, but the retirement of A.J. Burnett as well.
All right, what about Tyon? What's the status on him?
So he's still recovering. He had the Tommy John surgery, and then he had an inguinal hernia. That'll set you back a little bit. So he is still got to get on the mend healthy. He's basically missed 2 full years. I'm not sure if I anticipate him being up in the big leagues in 2016 because you recall right before he was beset by the injuries, Rob, he just had a little bit of AAA service time. So not only does he have to get healthy and get back on the mound and gain shape, he also has to continue his maturation as a baseball player, and that includes probably at least a full season of AAA pitching.
Dan Zangrilli, of course, part of the Pirates broadcast team, 93.7 The Fan. Wish list, it's Christmas, Hanukkah season is here. Who would you like to see?
You know, a guy that really intrigues me, though he's just coming off arthroscopic surgery, it happened late September, is somebody that was poised for a big payday a couple of years ago with the Cleveland Indians, and then with the Boston Red Sox signed a one-year deal, but his peripheral statistics very good. Justin Masterson. Not sure if the shoulder surgery is going to deter the Pirates from maybe giving him the type of money that he'd like, but somebody that would really be a nice reclamation project for Ray Searage. His agent is saying that he's going to be healthy by spring training, but the Pirates want to allocate that amount of money for kind of a flip of the coin. I'm not sure.
Your Pratt Pack doesn't have a big budget, but we're always willing to give you a little love and, of course, a refreshing Coca-Cola. Share one with a friend. Hey, you're the best.
Thank you.
This is why the future is so bright with that Pirates broadcast team. Now, you can go back to work. What are you doing here tonight anyway?
Well, we're doing a hot stove show. It's coming up on 93.7 The Fan, 7 until 10. We have an all-star lineup. It's kind of like a Sunday morning at Coons Market.
There you go. Hey, Pittsburgh tradition. All right, we'll see you at the Fishes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Now listen, here's what's happened. You can go now.
Okay, I leave.
No, you can leave, but don't go too far. Now listen, here's what's coming up on Pratte Tuesday night. Don't you just love the youth? The enthusiasm. Anyway, I used to be like that then. Anyway, here we go, folks, and that's Zach Brenson, my wonderful producer, getting ready to light the lamp that is Rob Pratte Tuesday night. The Bambino will be on board at 9, but he's here from 7 to 9, and here's what we have on tap. We have got Carl Zachariah and Christine Brown Murphy. It's all about elder law, Zachariah and Brown on Pittsburgh Works. And then the big doo-wop show is coming to Heinz Hall, courtesy of Ed Traviseri, December the 16th. Mary Wilson of the Supremes. Lots of folks are going to be there, folks. Lenny Welsh, of course, Since I Don't Have You, the Shirelles, the Crest, and also we're going to be joined by a member of the Times. Remember them? You Little Trustmaker, a big hit. He is Caesar Barry. He'll join me on the Discount City Pittsburgh Newsline after local news at 8. And then we hit things that are making headlines in America's newspaper, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and the Tribune Review, Facebook and Twitter. Donald Trump making all sorts of noise, but this latest CNN poll has him way out in front as far as what the New Hampshire voting public is saying. So we'll get the details on that, and we will, of course, give you a chance to phone in with your opinion. Still to come, a lot of stuff throughout the evening on Rob Pratte Tuesday night. Got a great guest lineup. I hope you'll stay with us, because where else would you want to be, folks, but right here with me on News Radio 1020 KDKA.